to just get that out, a little guttural.
Yeah. Welcome. Welcome, everyone, to another episode of... What number?
You ask every time.
I do. I ask every time.
It's going to get old. It's going to get old.
It's not going to get old. It's not going to... What number are we on?
I don't know, Joanna.
No one thinks it's getting old. Everybody loves it. What number are we on, Brian?
See, it's so unimportant. No one knows. Okay. Welcome to Just the Tips.
It is important.
It's number. It's like number. It's in the teens.
15? 16?
Yeah, it's sure.
It's we'll say be 14.
14.
All right. Welcome to episode number 14 of Just the Tips.
An iconic number 14.
Yeah. I'm Joanna Angel.
I'm Small Hands or Aaron or whatever.
Yeah. And welcome.
Welcome.
It's good to be here.
It is good to be here. We're here in New York. It's kind of the end of summer.
Yeah.
Sort of. The summer came and went quick.
It went really quick. No, there's still some time.
We got a little left.
But yeah, it feels like very much like fall right now. It's but like not good fall, actually. It's like rainy.
Like climate change fall.
Yeah. I don't know. But I think it's going to stay warm through September. But yeah, it's weird. It felt like it went by very, very quick. I'm still getting used to having seasons. It's like that pressure of like, oh my God, this nice weather's going to end.
You have to cram in all of your summer activities, while you can. Versus when we lived in Southern California, we just kind of could do whatever all the time.
Yep.
More or less.
Yeah, you take it for granted though. You don't feel that pressure. Anyway.
No. All right. Well, what you been up to this week?
What have I been up to?
Yeah. Inquiring minds want to know.
Well, wow. Yeah. What have I been up to this week? Done a lot. Yeah. Well, I've been running a lot.
Didn't you go to a movie premiere?
I did go to a movie premiere. Yeah.
You did.
I was like
a celebrity movie premiere kind of?
A
pre-screening.
DJ Sus1.
Yeah, shout out to DJ Sus1.
Yeah, Jacob Berger. He's an actor, he's an actor, creator. We've become friends. We've made some funny content together, like Instagram and TikTok content, and he brought me as his guest to a movie premiere of Gran Turismo.
Okay.
I mean, I think it's out now.
Okay.
DJ Sus1 put the event on. There were a whole bunch of different creators and TikTokers, and there were a lot of people there. It was a movie. It was,
cool.
I didn't exactly know who everyone was there, but I loved the movie. It was really good. I wasn't expecting to like it. I was just kind of going because I was invited. And
just invited to a movie premiere. No big deal.
I wasn't going to turn it down, but I really love the movie. I'm not like into race cars. Or cars. I don't have a car. We don't have a car.
We don't have a car.
And when I had one, I was not like, I'm not like a car person.
We don't come from NASCAR families.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't watch NASCAR. I'm not into anything like that. I'm not particularly against it. I'm just not into it. I don't sit around and talk about cars. So I thought this was going to be like a Fast and the Furious kind of type movie because that's what most of the previews looked like. But it's actually a really like beautiful story. It's more of a, what do you call it? A biopic? It's the story of a kid who he played video games. He was like the number one player at the Gran Turismo video game, and he wound up actually playing. Wound up actually driving in the Gran
It's like
Turismo
the dude who
race.
was in the Journey cover band.
I was gonna say that, yeah.
And then he became the singer of Journey.
Exactly.
Okay.
But at least that guy was actually singing. I mean, picture that he just went from being behind.
Either way,
to being in a car.
It's a rags to riches story.
Yeah. He went from just being in his bedroom and his parents being like, "Why are you playing video games all day?" And there he is. But he had to. And of course, it dealt with the gatekeeping and stuff. The other, racers not being okay with it.
You mean professional race car drivers didn't want a video game kid with no race car driving experience on the track?
Yeah, they definitely raised.
A shocker.
It raised some questions, and anyway, it was a really great story. I wasn't expecting, it was like a very good, heartwarming story about someone, and the racing was kind of just in the background. Anyway, I highly recommend it. It was a fun time.
I didn't get to go.
Yeah, you didn't get to go. I
was DJing.
+1 also can't have a +1.
It's true. It's true.
So I was the +1. So I couldn't,
So this is the maneuver that he did that he figured out how to do in the game.
In the game?
Yes. It really explained.
He slides along the wall.
So this was the move. Like he had like a signature
so this is the
move.
real
Hold on, I'm trying to
guy.
find it. Oh yeah, it's like
Because he was explaining, in the movie, he was explaining how he knew the road,
The track. He
in
knew
a
the
very
track.
different way than everyone else. It's almost like he had years of studying the track differently.
Okay.
Yeah.
I could probably do this if it was Mario Kart.
That's so
I
funny.
vlogged in serious hours on
Okay,
Mario
that's
Kart,
so
and I know
funny.
that fucking track. So the next time in real IRL in real life, if there's like a Mario Kart
Yes.
professional league,
I said that
I could probably do it.
several times during the movie. I was like, this is like IRL Mario Kart. You just got to drive and hit a car and then drive and hit another car and then go around and then get a mushroom or a star. I literally said that.
I'm gonna apply for that league.
Yeah, there's got to be a Mario Kart when everybody's like a princess and a mushroom. Ugh, I loved Mario Kart.
Well, speaking of Mario Kart, not really, but we do have a guest today.
We have a guest today.
Waiting in the wings, as they say, from the faraway land of Canada.
Yeah.
Should we bring her on?
Yeah, let's bring her on. Let's bring her on.
Hi. Hello.
Hello, and here we have our amazing virtual guest, Korina Kova. Hi.
Hello. I'm so happy to be here.
Oh.
I'm a big fan of both of you guys. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Fangirl moment. Yeah.
Oh, that really like
It never gets old.
it doesn't get old, and it's been happening, I guess, a decent amount with other girls in the industry, and it just makes me feel really special. It makes me feel special.
Yeah.
So thank
and
you.
you guys are just a special bond as well. It's nice to see in the industry. It's just so amazing.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Well, you are quite a special person yourself.
Yes.
Why don't we learn a little bit about you?
Yeah. Tell us a little about your career, when you got started, and then we'll delve into the tits.
Fair.
Just come face first right here. I'll take you.
I'm trying to look at your face. I'm trying to be a gentleman and look at your face. But
I don't mind.
Anyway, so tell us.
Yeah, I got started out in the industry with exotic dancing.
Oh,
and
okay.
then basically, I loved that part of my life, that stage of my career. I loved everything about dancing, but something personal happened in my life where I had to take care of a loved one. I had to be at home, and I just made the quick decision to just go online. So I just started an Instagram, and that took off for me. And then from there, I started to notice all these video requests and how I could be lucrative at this and make it a career, and actually just kind of blindly took that step into the industry.
Did you promote it to your dancing?
No, I kept those separate, actually. Okay. Yeah.
You just became an internet persona that was separate from your real world stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just wondering, I knew dancing was so lucrative and stuff, and I was kind of thinking, oh, what can I do? Still just making money off of, being me. And I have failed miserably at like normal careers. I had a lot of things stacked against me, personal stuff. I'm bipolar as well, so I never could really hold down a job. And sex work is so great for me because it just allows me to have complete control. And that's what I love about the industry the most.
Very cool. Very cool.
I actually, I do get a lot of requests, a lot of people who are thinking about going into sex work who ask me advice. Oh, I'm thinking about getting in the industry. What do you think I should do? I actually always tell them, I think stripping is a great way to start. I don't know if you'd agree. And I started from dancing.
I completely agree. Yeah. And I always say kind of my story is a little bit the norm, because I see a lot of different girls start off with exotic dancing, and that kind of is like a stepping stone. It's a good way to find yourself, know your limits, start learning boundaries, start learning how to really like socialize with your clientele. And it gave me such tools so that when I did start making my own content, I wasn't kind of swayed here and there. I kind of just stuck to what I wanted to do. And yeah.
And at the same rate, like you could go in and dance one night, and if you're like, this isn't for me, it could kind of like disappear and no one would know. Whereas if you went and you did one porn, that is something that will live on the internet forever. You know, so I always say that dancing could be like a great way to dip your toes in. And also like if you could handle a rowdy customer drunk at 2 a.m, you know, and be clear about your boundaries there, like you could kind of handle anything, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I think like that was the hardest part for me. The biggest learning curve was thrown at me was because like you go into dancing, you're done, you're like, you decide when you're done for the night, you leave the club and that's that. Whereas the internet, there is such a big, like the internet's forever, right? You have to deal with people posting you places and deal with catfishing and deal with all those things that come along with the internet problem. But yeah, definitely. Yeah. I agree with you.
Do you miss dancing?
I do. Oh my God, I do.
Because there's something about the live element, right? I mean, it's like being it's like being in a hand right, and it's like being in a band almost. Like you have your audience, you have a stage, you have lights, you have fucking, you know, you're a rock star. You're a rock star, and I know earlier in our relationship, Joanna would feature dance a lot. And we would travel all over the country, and I would go with her and be like the roadie. I'd help pick up the dollar bills off the stage, and you know,
everybody would always clap when you.
Yeah, it was so much fun, and it seemed like such a fun rush because, you know, people are cheering, they're throwing literal money at you. They're all like, oh, yeah, you know? And you have like you have a power when you're dancing. I feel like that you're captivating this room.
I think you nailed it there. And I know like you do have a band, and then Joanna, you were dancing, right? So I think we all get that little addiction to that high.
It's like a performance high, you know, like where, you know, you're just crushing it and everyone is there to see you and cheer for you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, when you just, you know, if you ever decide to go back, I mean, you could do it now as a feature dancer with a name. It'll be a whole other thing, you know, whether
for me, I don't know if
you don't know.
Yeah, because in Canada, it's not really like...
It's different. It is different there. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm not allowed to go work in the States. You can't go to the U.S. Like I would,
They're so strict about that.
Yes, because...
They are so strict about that.
Yeah. I was flagged about 5 years ago going to AVN, and now every time I travel, they take me aside and go through all of my stuff. I have to travel with my mortgage. I have to travel with my my clean bill, like my clean record for my police report and fingerprinting and all of that stuff.
They treat you like a criminal, right?
Yes. So, and like every time I now know not to say I'm going to an industry event. It's always just, I'm going on vacation. But
then they might say,
alone,
if they want to, it's like if the guy's in a bad mood, they'll,
So recently I was just in LA last week, and I wanted to travel with some lingerie because I wanted to work with a couple different photographers, but I didn't even risk it because when they see the lingerie or they see the high heels or they see anything that they kind of deem
like sex work related,
suspicious. Yeah. Exactly. And it's a target.
Yeah. And it doesn't make any sense because, especially if you're shooting like collabs, like you're not getting paid by someone. And really, from what I know, like the law is about getting paid. So it's like, what's the big deal if you're going to go here? And it doesn't matter. I have a few stories about getting stuck flying internationally. I know this episode is about you and not about me, but this story, maybe this can be a something for everyone to keep in mind.
For everyone.
Yeah, but I did get stuck in Canada too. But the story I'm going to tell,
they're just as strict.
They were just as strict. However, another story. So everybody should know this, like people in the industry and not in the industry. I did a trip to Australia to appear at Sexpo, a couple years ago. Anyway, Australia does have very strict rules on like what's legal and what's not legal, pornography wise. I don't know. And, it was the same thing. I wasn't getting paid by the convention. So everything was technically legal because it was an unpaid, I don't know, whatever. I asked a bunch of times, what do I have to say when I'm going through customs and whatever. I thought I did everything right. I get stopped. And they look through my stuff. They obviously see I'm going to a convention. So I tried to say I was just going to see friends. That didn't work. They see 8x10s. They see clothes, whatever.
Shoot yourself in the foot there. Yeah.
Right. And then I explained to them, like, oh, well, I'm visiting friends and I'm doing whatever. Anyway, they took my phone. So note to anyone, if you're going through customs, turn your phone off and like put it in your bag. I was trying to text the person who was picking me up from the airport. So I had my phone in my hand. Anyway, they searched my phone. I had just finished directing a movie. It was called 3 Cheers for Satan. I wound up winning an award that year. It was a movie about whatever, matter. It doesn't matter what the movie was about, but it was the 3 main characters had cheerleading skirts and in a school, okay. And
sounds like a good one
girl.
already.
Yeah, schoolgirl.
Schoolgirl, but they were devils and stuff. Anyway, so my phone was loaded with all these photos from the shoot. Schoolgirl porn in Australia is considered. It's illegal. It's considered like pedophilia there, which is insane. So they they detained me and they were basically saying I was going to be arrested for carrying. Yeah. And I was like, that is.
How scary is that?
I was like, I was
shocked.
I was crying hysterically. I mean, for that kind of crime to be on my, and I was like, I have all of the IDs and all of the paperwork from everyone in these photos. They are like very much over the age of 18. Yes. They are like well in their 20s, And I was like, this is just like a Halloween movie. And I was like, what is going on here? And I was there for several hours. And then finally, I don't know, one of the guys like, let me go. I was like crying hysterically. I was like, please.
That's
please.
amazing.
I was like, I was like, can I just go back home? Yeah. They were like, no, now you can't go back home. Now you are possessing like illegal stuff. Anyway, so that's the moral of the story. I would wipe your phone if you are going to Australia
don't wipe
or Canada.
It in the same. Yeah, don't wipe it though, because they actually. That's one of their triggers as well.
That's another red flag.
Oh, why did you delete your phone?
So in the messages, you just go pick out the exact texts that you remove. Because if things look like you've swiped it, they're just more interested. Yeah.
It's ridiculous. Yeah, somebody wound up, feeling bad for me and letting me go. I think one of the guards kind of knew who I was, and they were like, "Hey, I was gonna go see her at Sexpo."
But that was a Canadian.
No, this was in Australia, and they asked when I was leaving, and they came to the hotel to make sure I was actually leaving on the day that I said I was leaving. Like they wanted me out of the country.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was. We have stories about Canada too. Anyway, it is. I understand. It's tough. It's tough out there. They really want
to travel, and I don't want to risk it. Yeah.
No, I totally get it, and they really don't want people fucking.
I just say I run an Airbnb.
Exactly.
Clever.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
But anyway.
More importantly,
yes, I digress. But that was a learning lesson to everyone.
Don't fuck with the borders.
Don't if you own a schoolgirl skirt, just leave it at home. If you have a picture of a schoolgirl skirt, just don't even
Or just pretty much if you're involved in sex work in any way, you really need to do your like prep work before you travel internationally, and just research the laws of the land and what you need to do to be safe.
Yeah.
And one more tip is like dress down.
Absolutely.
I cover up completely.
No
I'm
hoe
basically
wear.
in a turturtleneck.
Totally.
Exactly. Dress down.
Totally.
And so let's hear about first of all, what size are your boobs?
Currently they're double J.
Wow.
Now you said currently. Can you explain what you mean by currently?
Yeah, about 4 months ago, I was diagnosed with gigantomastia.
Okay.
So
and what is that?
Yeah, it's not a harmful condition, but it is, a little bit upsetting to me because my breasts are not going to stop growing basically. So in the last 4 years, they've gone up 4 cup sizes.
Wow. And it's
Yeah.
not painful? Or it's
my
not
back is taking a toll now. Yeah,
fair.
I'm working with a personal trainer to really, really strengthen my core and everything just to prepare for this. But the breast tissue just I had to go through like CTs and scans and all kinds of it was a year-long diagnosis because it's not easy to recognize, but they actually had to wait for size and see the breast tissue actually growing.
Was there something that was a catalyst for this, or was this genetic, or I don't know anything about it?
I've never heard anything about it.
It actually can be triggered hormonally. You can be genetic. They can't really pinpoint it. Back when I was a dancer, I was completely natural with a double G cup anyways. So 4 years ago, I put 370 cc's in my boobs, but not behind the muscle. Yeah, so I do have implants.
What made you want to get implants if you were that big? Oh, you just wanted a lift a little bit? I
have boob greed. I was my fans want to see some bigger boobies. Right. Yeah. So and when I first got them done, it was just such a simple, slip it in, not behind the muscle. I had enough breast tissue to cover them. It was a very small implant in consideration to other bigger implants. But at that point, I was so happy with my body. I was this is the perfect cup size. It was I was still a double G. Surprisingly, it didn't change my cup size. It just gave me upper boob here, some lift as well. And then, so I just kept noticing through seeing myself in my own videos, what's going on? My fans kept asking me, did you get another boob job? We need to know.
Right. And you're probably am I just, And
every time I'd go for a normal bra fitting, documented on my file was we were just going up and up and up.
So this didn't.
I decided
this didn't kick in until you were an adult, right? This wasn't present in adolescence or in your younger years?
It's hard to say because I did develop in grade 6. So
maybe all along it was kind of happening, sort of.
The females on my mom's side are all just fully loaded up top. But they
whole family of big titties.
They are. Yeah, they're over a double D cup, every single female on my mom's side.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I didn't notice it so much, but I guess it could be possible that
it started early on.
Yeah, that it started early on.
But you didn't really notice till later when you were dancing and had the other lift and stuff.
Yeah, you kind of hack it up to I've gained a bit of weight, or I've back when I was a dancer.
I'm ovulating.
Yeah. I would go do these gimmick treatments where it's laser something to tighten the skin because I wanted to keep big perky boobs. And I would do things take fenugreek, and they say that grows your boobs. So I would always hack it up to be I've gained a bit of weight and this is where it goes, is to my boobs. But so it's hard to say. It's hard to pinpoint it because I did alter my body 4 years ago.
Right. Do you...
So they will just keep growing.
That's right. Yeah. I look back to when my boobs were first done, and I can put them side by side, and it's ridiculous.
It's almost like the plot to a horror movie or something.
Yeah, I don't my fans are. My fans are excited.
Okay,
it's not at all because my fans are more. My fans are excited, but like I said, I took that as a hard diagnosis because with this comes the fact that I'm going to have to take my implants out early. I'm going to have to decrease, have an actual reduction. And more surgery is going to come along with that. And even after the reduction, I'm still going to grow back.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's and I go out in public and I start to resent the the attention. You know what I mean? Like that now I kind of feel like they're just circus boobs. Like this is not what I signed up for. Right. I signed up for 4 years ago when I was like my ultimate cup size. So I go on vacation, I'm in a bikini, and I just get like hounded by females and males. Yeah, everybody. And like all, and families look at me like, how dare you be in a bikini? I'm sure I'm just like, I'm a human. I'm just, you know.
Just trying to exist over here.
Not all attention is good attention.
Fair. That's fair.
I understand.
Yeah.
And I'm sure.
I'm making a ton of money from it, but I would go back in time 1,000%.
Right.
I'm sure like social media as well. It's like, I remember, you know, there's been girls with very large boobs that I've shot with, you know, my boobs are normal big, but anytime I've had photos get flagged or taken down where it's like, I'm in a sports bra and the girl next to me is in a sports bra. And it's like, they're just flagging this because her boobs are huge. Like it's a sports bra. She's covered. Like she's literally wearing clothes that like, that are more clothes than what you see on the beach, more clothes than what you see out at a nightclub. Yeah. They're just huge boobs. And like, she would just constantly get every single photo flagged, like as if like
that's,
so I'm sure
basically what I'm experiencing on like Instagram actually admitted to this body scan that they have, like almost like a bot. So this upper skin that shows like I'm in a normal dress, like this, anyone else, you know, it's a normal dress. And, so Instagram, like I go into my account settings every single day. It's like, this is flagged for inappropriate. And I'm just sitting here holding a cup of coffee, you know? Yeah. So like my Instagram has gone down 6 times. I've had to pay my lawyer like thousands, like over $20,000 to keep sending Instagram letters because I refuse to give up on that account. No. That's my whole work.
I mean, you have a ton of followers anyway. For somebody who's gotten their account down so many times, like you're killing it. So,
thank you. But I put in to get that original account back. Like I refuse to have to rebuild. I won't stand for it. Legally, I will fight every legal battle. About it.
I totally get it. It's like you can't wear a turtleneck every single day. You know. Yeah. I mean, there's no nipples.
You have to
be
able to exist in this world, and to exist in this world means to exist online. So it's like, what are you going to do? Like at some point, there just has to be okay, we'll let you be. You're just existing over here.
Yeah.
In your case, it's an actual medical condition. You know, you're like,
right. I wish I could have a tag,
like send a doctor's note to Instagram.
Note. Yeah.
Yes. Like honestly, sometimes like now when I travel, like I only go to adult only resorts because of like that. I will wear a one piece. Even. Right. But I have like a group of females screaming from the other side of the pool, oh my God, your tits are fucking huge. And it causes like a lot of.
I'm sure.
It gets very old.
I'm sure quickly. At like a regular resort, like somebody's husband.
I feel bad too. No. But they'll think I'm dressed inappropriately just because of the size.
And you're just wearing a bathing suit. Like, what are you supposed to do?
It's family friendly. I'm not trying to harm anybody. I'm just trying to exist. Yeah.
You're such a nice person. You were like, you're like such a nice person. And I feel for you, but you know,
I'm very pleased that you're at least making good money and at least you're financially benefiting from it, which is not everything at all, but at least it's something, you know?
Yeah. Like if I was to step back into dancing, like I would have such a catchphrase. It would be like Circus Boob, blah, blah, blah. Like, you know, it'd be it's kind of like a gimmick. I can't step back into dancing because I would be like I can't explain it. Like,
I mean, I think if you just walked on the stage
or like,
but that's not,
it's almost like the boobs now are
speaking for me.
Yeah, they're in front and you're in the background in the shadows. Right.
Would that make you uncomfortable? I mean, I just feel like
I've had like tabloids follow me and like make fun of it all the time. And that's what I mean. Like back when I was like teenager and first going to strip clubs, there was this dancer called Maxie Mounds, and she capitalized on having the biggest boobs in the world. And I got a picture with her, and now I just feel like I'm following in her footsteps, but I honestly didn't want to.
What was it, like one of those body switching movies?
Yes,
like,
I don't know.
Like somehow
she put her boob on my head, and I have the Polaroid, and I'm like, maybe this is how it happened.
Yeah.
I think somebody has to make this a movie. I mean, honestly, this is such a great plot for like a B movie. You know, like when you're, you know, like you met a porn star when you were like a younger stripper, and then your boobs just wouldn't stop growing.
Her soul just, exactly.
Like
her aura just infected me, and all of a sudden I'm following in her footsteps.
Honestly, somebody has to. If no one makes this movie, I'm going to make this movie.
Okay. All right. There we go.
I could see it. It's like it just
directed by
itself.
Joanna Angel.
Yeah, I'm gonna put my director's hat back on for the first time in a few years. And so for your OnlyFans, do you do boy, girl, girl, go? Do you just shake your titties?
No,
I'm like, I don't even know. Do you even?
No, I'm a solo content creator,
right?
And like I actually make like really out there kind of extra high production scenes.
Oh, great!
But
like,
just solo.
What kind of stuff have you done? That actually, that reminds me of like when she started back in the day. I'm sure I don't know if you're familiar with Larkin Love, and she had very big boobs. I mean, nothing compared to you, but I remember she had very, very big boobs, and she used to do very unique solo content way before OnlyFans.
So, what kind of stuff do you do?
Yeah, I do lots of stepmom role play, but do lots of cosplay where I like I've done stuff where I've trained for 2 weeks with like a stunt double, and we fought. Like I'll have people in my intro. Yeah, Katana. We were in a forest, and we did a whole on fight scene. I had Diva where I did like CGI effects where the bot blew up and I flew back. Cool. I did RoboMom, and after I did RoboMom,
are you topless
then? Adult Time contacted me.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I do full solo. Yeah, full toy play.
So it's like you're like
full, like virtual
in a fight, and then you masturbate.
Yeah. Can I show you a preview or something?
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Let's see it. Yeah, if we have to bleep it out for YouTube,
I'll show you
that's
one
fine.
of my biggest productions.
That's amazing. Let's see.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh my God.
I go ham.
It's like a...
This is sweet. It's a full production. Hell yeah.
Solo.
Right. Oh, this is great.
Yeah. This is amazing.
Thank you. But then it gets the solo stuff. But yeah, I put a lot of effects, and I put a lot extra into my intros. That's what I'm kind of known for. And yeah, so like big platforms have reached out to me, like Adult Time. I was the first solo girl to kind of get invited on there.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Brazzers hired me for my own production. Solo.
Cool.
Content.
Very cool.
That is great.
Well, it sounds like you're kind of like owning your arena, you know.
I love it. I just get so geeky on like camera equipment. Like I shoot with a Netflix approved camera, like lighting.
What is a Netflix approved camera? What exactly
it's an
is
Ari. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's like a Blackmagic in the Blackmagic family. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So do you use the same like camera crew all the time?
Actually, yeah. Like, so I just have a small, like my studio is out of my house. So in my garage over there is my full studio where I have like bedroom set, living room set, like laboratory set. And I built a secondary extension that's like a detached studio. So I'm still working on those sets, which is going to be all the funner stuff that I've always dreamed of. So
this is so cool.
This is so cool. Is OnlyFans your main platform, or what is the main platform that you use? For your stuff?
So like I actually grew my popularity on a site called ManyVids.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was like a top girl for
a lot of people because they have
4 years, and I won the award. Yeah. It was a good opportunity to get my content out there, but it's kind of like plateaued. Like there's the ceiling
is a
for
great
the
place.
Earning level. Yeah.
Because they have their own traffic, you know? So I think a lot of A lot of girls, another thing I hear is like, oh, I wish I had the guts to go on OnlyFans so I could make $50,000. And it's like, okay, it's called OnlyFans. Like, you need fans. They have to come from somewhere. And ManyVids, I think, is a good place to get fans.
Yeah.
You know? Because
I have nothing but good things to say. Yeah, of course.
And they're a great company.
I did make the big move over to OnlyFans 3 years ago, and
you can always do both.
Do very well. Yeah.
I'm sure.
I do. I still am on. I don't put my eggs in one basket. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not exclusive anywhere, but I do focus on prioritizing OnlyFans.
Right.
Seems to be the thing these days that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, that's amazing. Well, what big stuff do you want to do?
Yeah, what's the next big project? What's like the big one?
Yeah, so it's going to be like a slow burn. I'm going to do a taboo stepmom son get swept out to sea because I live on like a lake. So cool. I'll be on a paddleboard and kind of like, like that, those movies where they're like all of a sudden like you can't see land.
Yeah.
And then taboo happens.
Okay, so your
stepson.
I love it.
Your stepson's going to get swept up in the sea?
No, we're going to go, like, we're at a resort.
You're going to get lost at sea.
Go paddleboarding.
Okay.
We go paddleboarding and we're having so much fun. All of a sudden we can't see the land. So we're stuck out there for days. So time's going to go passing by and the desperation is going to get higher and higher. And we're going to get closer and closer.
Of course.
Yeah.
Love it. Love it.
I love it.
I think I need to purchase that.
I know, right?
Thank you.
That's really amazing. Do you do custom videos too?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm actually like 95% custom order. I get to do 2 of my own productions per year, but yeah, every week I'm doing like 30 to 35 customs.
I'm sure.
It's a full-time job.
Well,
it's a full-time job.
I get some pretty crazy requests for customs. And I love the crazy requests. They inspire me. They challenge me. They make me laugh.
Yeah.
They turn me on. They really make me step outside my comfort zone. But what I get is probably nothing compared to what you get. So is there a certain custom video that really that you would go out on a limb and say was the most, I don't like to say crazy, like I'm not kink shaming anyone, the most unique?
What's the most unique
what's the most unique request you got?
Probably like more of like my fetish requests.
Right.
Can get pretty intense.
So what kind of fetish stuff do you do?
I do like all kinds of humiliation, everything like that. I do domination. I do the taboo role play. But like there's lots of things I don't do that I get asked to do. I turn them down.
Yes.
Yeah. So
do you have
but the most
do you have like one custom request where it's like a standout in your mind? You're like, that was really different.
Yeah. Okay. So I did Creamtopia.
Okay.
Creamtopia. He had a fetish where I would be covered head to toe in. He wanted it to look like whipped cream. So I had to use shaving cream to get that effect for him.
Okay.
So yeah, I had like 8 bottles of shaving cream all like put into pies. And so I was just piling on the cream. And when I tell you head to toe, like, have you seen the TikTok where they're in the shower covered, like only your eyes are peeking out?
Yeah.
And it's like built up cream stack all over my body. Yeah. It was messy as well. So that sticks out to me.
That's a lot of shaving cream.
That's a lot of shaving cream.
Yeah. Yeah. Like also like body exchange or body transformation. So like they want to feel like I've woken up, I was a male and like I've been switched into their stepsister's body or something.
Really?
Right?
That's fun. That's kind of fun.
And giant, like
I was gonna say, do people have
breast expansion is popular? Yeah.
Do people have you like squish things and step on things? I feel like I've heard that with a lot of girls with big boobs.
Yeah. No,
not you.
That one doesn't ring a bell. No.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I wonder what it is. It's like ever since I got bigger boobs, everybody wants me to be mommy. Like it doesn't have to do with it doesn't have to do with the age, you know. And I know I am older, but I was still
selling content for me. But I don't know, when you get the crust, do you dabble in the taboo?
Oh yeah. I mean,
do you find it's like so popular?
It is. It's very popular. But I've found that it's like I don't get as many like traditional stepmom requests. It's like I call it sometimes dommy. Like it's like mommy, but it's almost like they want me to tell them what to do.
Element of it.
Yeah, like it's not the traditional like baking brownies. You know what I mean? It's like I'm like a bad mom, not like the happy homemaker.
It's dommy mommy.
It's dommy mommy. Yeah,
okay.
it's more of a
domination element to it. Yeah, so I offer every element to the mummy role play, like the soft loving, the strict, the humiliating, the dominating. Like that's all my element of like my stirring pot of my fans.
You've got the whole range. Yeah, I know. Like Cherie DeVille and Alexis Fox. They do all that all the time too. And I feel like my fans are more like I never get the sensual. They never want me to be the sensual stuff.
What's your top request? I'm curious.
It's dommy mommy.
Yeah, dommy mommy. Yeah. Telling people what to do, or just it's like I'm either or just like a lot of anal. And I get a lot.
That's something I envy you so bad. I wish I could do anal. I want to do it so bad. It hurts too much for me.
I'm sure you can do it.
Mad respect. I've tried.
You've tried. You've tried. You know, everybody's body is built differently.
I think I was born with a defect butthole. So.
And you know, I think I was born with like a defect, like in the opposite.
Lucky.
Like anything can fit in there.
You're so lucky. That is so amazing. That's how, honestly, to me, mad respect. I love that shit.
You know what? We could trade where you have the butthole that can do anything and I have boobs that won't stop growing. We could trade.
Please.
We could see what happens, you know?
Just for a weekend, you know?
I'd love to
take it for a test drive.
I'd love to experience that. It's like when you're telling me
an amazing superpower to switch.
Right.
I know. And imagine if we could combine forces. We could do anything.
I feel like it would be too powerful. The world could not handle the combined forces.
Fair,
it wouldn't be fair. It just wouldn't be fair.
Yeah. And it's like
do a whole world takeover.
I can see like you know, I can like see and feel the pain that you experience with your titty condition. Mm-hmm. And it's like there's a part of me that's like, God, I feel so bad. And of course there's a part of me that's like, I'm so jealous of this problem, you know. And I'm sure a lot of people have that. But you should
if I could
be proud of it.
Just use them and if I could just hang them up
right.
when I'm going to my normal life. Sorry.
Right. If they were detachable.
Hang them up when you go to the mall or you want to.
So I just use them for my career. Top.
Right.
I understand. Yeah. Look, there's for every blessing there's a curse. It's kind of funny because just last week we had on Girthmaster, who has like the biggest dick, you know.
Is that who's got the biggest dick nowadays?
It's the thickest. It's not the longest, but it's the thickest.
Hence skirt.
Yeah. It's definitely the thickest. So, and when he was talking about the good side and the bad side of having a giant dick, so I feel like you guys could really start a support group.
Thank you.
And one day, if you ever go over to the other side and do boy girl, I think. He's from Australia. You're from Canada. I think that would be the collaboration of the century. I mean, the biggest and the biggest boob. I mean, I'd like to be part of your first thing, but I think I'd have to be I think this is where you need to go. It might be that could be a multiple Guinness Book of World Records situation.
And I'm pretty sure you'd both be able to just retire after that.
Yeah, I think you would. I think you would literally break the internet in size.
There would be not one. Everyone's bank account would be empty after that.
Everybody. Oh my God. Well,
so I'm gonna look this up.
You got to go follow Girthmaster. Yeah, if anything, you guys could have a nice friendship.
Yeah.
You can be there for each
A
other.
wholesome friendship.
Yeah, he can be like, I
Yeah.
went on a date with a girl and it's like we couldn't have sex because she.
I'm sure, he has his troubles and his stories.
Yeah.
That
Exactly.
It's
The
hard for
struggle
him
is real.
Yeah. But he can go out in public and nobody knows. And yours, yours you gotta wear it.
Yeah.
So they're just gonna keep growing. You're not sure, and then at some point you're gonna get a reduction, but then they're just gonna keep growing again. And that's
So unfortunately, the reduction part scares me so badly because I don't want those scars. So I'm gonna try to hold off on that because it's all the way around, all the way down, all the way here. It's the full incision.
right.
And to me, that's just a lot. I'll wait it out to hopefully be at the end of my career. I don't know. I can't speak for
you'll figure
There's
it out.
no plan yet, but they're getting hard to handle. They're hurting my back. All those complaints that I swore I would never have, all those trolls that used to say, "Oh, your back must be wrecked." I'd be like, I have no back problems, and then all of a sudden this year I'm just struggling.
Right.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Well, as long as you decide to keep them, I hope they keep financially blessing you. And,
you have fun with them. The fact that you've been able to.
Yeah, I call them fun bags. They're definitely fun. They can do tricks. They're.
Do you have names for them?
I don't name them, but I have tricks,
Wait, what tricks? Any tricks you can?
Well, just how you ass clap, I can.
Yeah, let's see
a full big dick of what? The tricks? Pull them out?
Well, no, I mean, we can't have you pull them out. I mean, but can you make them clap with just the shirt on?
You can do a titty clap, is what you're saying.
Yeah, clap, be very rough with them, clap them together because they've got so much movement. And then when I'm on my back, I call it around the world. So they're just whoa, hitting me in the face. And,
a helicopter.
Yeah, exactly.
Good times.
We gotta join her OnlyFans and see that. We have to join her OnlyFans and see it. Yeah. Well, it was really great to get to know you. I hope you get to make it out to the States somehow with getting over the border.
Oh yeah, I was just there last week.
you were?
It's
okay.
Just I have to plan ahead I have to have at least a 4-hour layover because they pull me aside to where they interrogate you. Mm-hmm. And so they'll go through all my stuff and they'll go through all my paperwork and it's every single time.
It's so violating, right?
It is.
It is violating.
And my anxiety just spikes,
I completely understand. I'm sorry.
Well, when you
can't catch a break, can you?
Yeah.
It's awful. Have you tried traveling? I mean, I'm sure you've tried. Traveling with someone.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now I haven't.
I was gonna say
when it's when my friends have normal jobs, right? So it's very hard for them to get away. I tend to go last minute or. When it's an event, it tends to be a longer stay. But I've traveled with my assistant and that goes way smoother. It was only a 20-minute thing. Mm-hmm. And she was right by my side the whole time. They let her stay and they searched all my shit and
Well, that's good.
Yeah, traveling with someone is definitely the best bet, but it's just not always feasible for me. I don't have a large group of friends hanging around that's ready to jump
just
on
go
the
to
plane.
a porn convention.
Yeah, I wish. Yeah.
If you do, I don't know if it's too personal, and if you don't want to answer, you don't have to. So, what about your, obviously your work life is plentiful. What about your romantic life? What is the dating pool like with was it Jay with Jay breasts? Was it Jay? Was it Jay? Triple J?
Double J.
Yeah, double J.
Yeah, so I don't know. Dating is, to me, on the very back burner because I find in this industry, you meet someone and they're okay with it. They say they're so comfortable. They're so okay with it. And then 3 months down the road, they're like, okay, well, you need to quit. This is, embarrassing, or this is I want you to be normal, stay at home, blah, blah, blah. So I've had no good experiences with someone that's just, secure in their self and understand that making money is my favorite thing in life.
Yeah,
so
that's the priority.
It's like, I'll never sacrifice that part of myself. Mm-hmm. It's a big part of me. I spend so much time running my sites and stuff. Like, when I do go out, it's more of just like a social release, but there hasn't been any like dates. Like it takes me something very special to go on a date out of my comfort zone and really let someone in, because I'm always also worried about my privacy. Mm-hmm. I've had a bad experience where something didn't work out and a lot of threats came along, blackmail. Mm-hmm. So yeah, do I have good things to say about the dating pool? No.
So you are single and not really looking to mingle.
Yeah.
That's okay.
I don't know. I get so much fulfillment on my online core fan group. They fulfill so much for me, keeping
That's
me
great.
Words of affirmation and gifts and stuff like that. I don't know.
It's like you have thousands of boyfriends. They're all your subscribers.
Yeah. And I have thousands of sex toys.
Yes. Oh yeah, exactly. No, I understand it. And
I bought small hands molds.
Yeah.
Oh, you did.
Yeah.
I feel honored. Thank you.
I'm a toy collector. Like, I have a toy closet that's insane. So
okay, awesome. Well, I've made the collection. I feel very honored.
Yes.
Love it.
Yeah.
Have you done a video with it?
No, I did a cam show.
Cool. Yeah. Very cool.
Oh, so it's like you guys kind of had sex,
like co-star.
Directly.
Yeah.
Totally had sex.
We virtually did a scene together.
Like a voodoo doll.
Yeah.
No.
Well, it was really great to meet you. Tell everybody where they can find you, where they can find more of you, where they can see your
everything.
Yeah,
everything.
Your incredible content.
Thank you. It's just Korina Kova for OnlyFans. I have a free account as well, Korina Kova free.
Great.
And
Awesome.
social media, I recommend Twitter. It's also Korina Kova. So
yeah.
You might find an Instagram. It might be on the 9th, 10th, 11th one.
Yeah. It goes up.
Yeah.
It goes down. Cool. It goes up. It goes down. Well, I really wish the best of luck to you. I
thank you.
I hope you can, be proud of what you have. I hope that doesn't sound patronizing or something like that, but you're a beautiful person on the inside and out, and you've got big, beautiful boobs, and you're not doing anything wrong. You just have big boobs, You're not offending anyone, It's
well, we wish you continued success, and keep us posted whenever you sneak over the border into New York and come hang out with us.
Yeah.
Oh, is that where you guys are?
Yeah,
we're in New York.
I've never been there.
You know
come
what?
visit.
I
Bring
have
your
to
boobs.
say, I know I don't have double J boobs, but I personally think New York is the most inclusive city that accepts all different kinds of people. I think
you will be welcome here.
You will be welcome
You'll
here.
Be very welcome.
You'll be welcome here.
Good to hear. Good to hear.
I feel more comfortable here than I feel anywhere else. I feel, even though it's very crowded, it's almost like because it's so crowded, like nobody gives a shit about anyone else.
Right. Right.
Yeah. It's like, and also like there's so much going on here. It's like everybody's seen it all. So you might get like a,
right. Yeah.
Okay. That's what I think. I don't know. I don't know what it's like to have double J's, but I think it's a very, an accepting city of all different kinds.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, it's close to Toronto there. Yeah.
It is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just,
Well, everybody go sign up for her OnlyFans. Go purchase some of her amazing top shelf content.
Yeah.
And thank you again for coming on and chatting with us. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, I really appreciate you guys having me. Thank you so much. I admire both of you so much.
Oh, thank you.
Well,
thank you so much.
We hope to see you soon.
Bye.
Of course. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you again, Korina. It was so nice to meet her. This is actually the first time we've had someone on the show that I had never met before and haven't worked with before. So this was really cool. I got to know her story.
Very sweet.
What person. A sweetheart. Yeah.
Everybody go follow her. Go buy her content. Go do all the things.
Yeah, definitely.
What's
hey guys,
next?
we have a question.
Oh,
from
a
Fetish.
question.
Let's hear it.
It's not a video question today, but
Okay, what's the question?
But Jade sent in this question. She says,
Hi,
"Hey,
Jade.
Aaron and Joanna.
Hi, Jade.
She loves both of you guys so much, and she had to ask a question.
Yes.
So we all know that Joanna is the queen of being a femdom. So my boyfriend wants me to be more dominant in the bedroom, but she has no idea what to do or say. Can you help her out?"
I understand this issue because the first time I just kept getting request after request after request to be dominant. And I was utterly confused because I was incredibly submissive in all of my scenes and everything. And I actually did ask like a dom, like, how do I do this? You know, like it has to come from somewhere, you know, but actually subs do make the best doms because I just thought of what I wanted people to do to me and say to me, and that's what I would do to them. Like, what do they call it? Dom from the bottom?
Topping from the bottom.
Topping from the bottom, yeah. And that was a good place to start, you know? Just think of however you feel when you feel really powerful. Think of a person you really look up to and you just embody their spirit. You know, like I like to sometimes like deep down inside, like pretend I'm like Beyonce or something.
Ooh, okay.
You know? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I just trying to think of like, you know, someone who I just imagine is strong and powerful all the time. And I'm just like, yeah, okay. Just like embody the spirit of Beyonce and then poof, you know, what would she do? Just imagine she doms Jay-Z all the time.
You think?
Yeah.
You think that happens?
But seriously, it is going to be goofy and feel stupid because there were times I was kind of just phoning it in and sort of going through the motions from like checking off a list of things to do like physically, you know, like, okay, I'm going to put on this strap on and say this, and then I'm going to say this. Like I was almost like reading someone else's script, and that didn't work. You have to like really just like, blah, 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 you know, like you have to be a dom. You have to just think about it. Think of what you like. Like think of, you know, if you're a submissive person.
Just think about it.
Just think. Stop making fun of me.
I'm not, but you just.
I'm trying to. I'm thinking about it right now, and I'm an expressive person. Sheesh, the fuck, man.
Sorry.
Just like think
It was
of
a
the
good.
role.
It was a great quote. Just think. About it.
Okay, embody the spirit of your dominant side and see what comes out.
Oh,
okay.
Ooh, that was well said.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. And put on a different outfit. You know, you're stepping into your Superman costume. You are like going into the phone booth and you're coming out as a different person. That's what you have to think of. Mm-hmm. Like find your superhero in you. Okay. Is that better? But that's genuinely how I feel. You were judging me.
I thought it was.
No, I was trying to find the words. This is what you get when you have raw, unscripted podcast material.
With fucking a married couple.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, you've had to dom people and you know, I know it's a little different.
I've done it many times.
You've done it many times.
I have a lot of experience in it.
Right. So what would you say to someone to step into that
role?
Well,
usually when I'm, especially in like porn related context, if I'm dominating someone, I first try to understand what type of domination they want and or are asking for, and then deliver that, because dominant can mean a million things, and there's levels to it and there's shades and degrees to it. So for me, being a good dom is about being a very good listener and being attentive to the subject and delivering what they're asking for or requiring.
Yes. Oh, I remember something
So it's
else.
actually not about me at all. It's about being a good dom is of service to their sub in the right way.
But you have to embody that character first.
Well, yeah, absolutely. I'm in charge.
You have to think of the relationship. I do remember this is also what the dom told me, who I asked to fight. You have to think of the relationship with you and your dog. Literally, like you love your dog.
It's a very similar
but
dynamic.
your dog pees on your dog has to respect you. You know,
and in this moment or in this context, you and your dog are not equals.
You're not
you are
equals.
the master.
You're the master. You still love the dog. Mm-hmm. You know, if the dog does something good, you're gonna be like, good job. If the dog does something bad, it's gotta fucking pay for it. You know, it's gotta like have a timeout or go sit in the crate or like not get that extra treat. You know, And if the dog gets too, anyway, so think of that.
And ultimately, like a lot of pet owners, I mean, we know we have 2 dogs.
Yeah.
Our lives kind of revolve around our fucking dogs. We live to serve. We live to serve them.
I wish I could use this with my actual dog, and it's hard to do.
So in your service to the thing that you love so much, sometimes you need to be dominant. And you need to be master.
Yep, you need to be the master. Don't let them pee on the carpet.
Well, unless it's that kind of a day.
Yeah, unless it's and then
probably not the carpet though. Do it on the hardwood floor.
Yeah.
Do it on the top.
But if they do, make them clean it up.
It's true. Do we have a dick to look at?
Yeah. So speaking of fucking dominance, peeing on the floor. Okay, so this week we actually had. It's very funny. You know, our dick ratings are really getting like world recognition. You know, like everyone all over the world just really
it's
wants us
becoming
to
an iconic bit.
Yeah. So normally every week we've been reviewing, rating, very small dicks. You know, we've been reviewing
specifically dicks that have requested humiliation.
Yeah. Or I actually opened it up to unsolicited dicks too, who I think just deserve humiliation.
If you send an unsolicited dick pic, you deserve
but I've been
humiliation.
going out of my way to find the gnarliest, like grossest ones. You know. However, somebody on my OnlyFans, his name's Tim. Shout out to you, Tim. He actually has like a pretty nice penis, dick? And he was like, I really want you to rate this. You know, and he paid the price, and I even said, hey Tim, like, you know, we make fun of people, like, and he's like, no, I'm into it. Like, I want a rating, and I want you to be honest, you know. And
so he doesn't want degradation; he wants honesty.
He wants honesty.
That can go in a lot of ways.
He didn't specifically want degradation, and this wasn't unsolicited. Tim was a good boy, but you know what? We have to be honest. So this is Tim. He was into the bit, and
okay.
So shout out to Timmy.
Let's see your dick, Tim.
Let's see the dick.
Let's see your fucking dick.
And I have now.
Oh, that's not a bad dick.
I know it's not a bad dick. It's not a bad dick, but there's definitely
couple things to break down though.
There's definitely things to improve on. But I'm actually, you know, I'm having a friend of ours now. Both of ours weigh in on this. His name is Brian McCarthy. Aaron just went on his podcast today. I went on his podcast like a week ago. Everybody check out his podcast. Brian does a million things. And
right now one of them is
reviewing a dick. So I wanted to see what he said.
To be honest with you, Joanna gave me this picture of your penis, and I want to say pleasantly surprised, but I don't know, kind of good for you, really. Color is a little off, I'll be honest. I know they've been doing a lot of penis bleaching in the Netherlands. You might want to look into that. But good strength. It feels like an honest penis, the kind of penis I would lend money to. A lot of head. I will say this: the belly hair is a little distracting, maybe a little shaved down there. And I liked how angry you were with your hand, like grabbing it, like, yeah, Daddy, do you love me now, Daddy? Daddy, watch me dance with my dick, Daddy. Scale of 1 to 10. I don't know, a 7. It wasn't 9/11. I think you're a star.
Oh, wow. What did I just witness?
What did 9/11 come into this?
I don't really understand that reference, but you know what? Brian has those. That was pretty honest.
It was honest. Wait, let's see the dick again.
Yeah, so one more time, because I do think the coloring was what threw me. Initially.
Let's see.
But it did look like a strong dick. It did have some girth and it had some size.
It had some girth and had some size. I always do. However,
that's a respectable dick.
Yeah, he could definitely need some new shelves.
Well, now we're picking apart.
I know,
his
like
room.
some of the IKEA shelf, like it's definitely like one of those IKEA shelves that, like, at a certain point, the drawer. Look, you can see. Look, there's a box in there. Okay, I know what happened. The drawer must have fallen off the track. Okay, and then he's like, I'm just going to use a shoebox instead of putting the drawer back in, right? That's unacceptable.
Yeah.
With a dick like that, no one's going to come over and have sex with you if you have a shoebox.
It's with a room like that, no one's going to come over.
Yeah, like you have a nice dick, you need to, you know.
Sir, your dick is fine. Clean your fucking room.
Yeah. However, I don't know about the bleaching, and then there is something funky going on up top. It's like there's an excess amount of it looks
skin. like chewed pink bubble gum. That someone has draped around the tip.
Yeah,
and it just seems a little bit much.
Right.
Like if someone is heavier, and then they lose a ton of weight, and then there's like sometimes some excess skin.
like extra skin.
Like maybe his dick used to be fatter and now it's smaller.
And it ran on the treadmill.
Maybe.
It's like, and it lost like too much
But other
weight.
than the coloring and the bubblegum-esque skin on top, I'm pretty okay with this dick.
You're okay with this dick?
Yeah.
Okay, also, I always knock off a point when somebody is holding it. I want to see
Why?
hard dick, just hard dick in the air, I think like no help, I think that's cheating. I think that's like, you know what I mean? Like I want to just see it nice and rock hard without any help.
The hand placement doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me.
Do you think it's a hard dick with a hand around it, or is the hand like
look, if that dick is soft, that's very impressive. That's definitely
I know.
hard.
Well, what do they call it in porn? The death grip. When it's like the dick's not really hard, but the guy's like like holding onto the base of it, so it looks.
Is that what they call it?
Yeah, you've never heard that word?
No.
No. Well, like maybe most.
What porn are you doing or involved in? Death grip dick porn.
It's just a term. It's a factory.
I will say
industry
that
term. Death grip.
I don't ever want nobody death gripping my dick.
But to be fair, it didn't really look like a death grip.
What I will say is it's the best dick we've seen on this show
it is
so
the best.
far.
That is not a lot to say, though.
The bar has been set very low.
Yeah.
So, Tim, though, as of now, as of this moment, you have the best dick that Just the Tips has ever seen.
Yeah. Yay. Oh, Timmy, we'll give you an award. I guess I would rate him an 8.
8?
I'm going to rate him an 8.
That's, out of like 0 to 10? Like he's almost there?
He's an 8. I think he's an 8.
Damn. You normally give
nice.
negative numbers.
Right, but you know what? Timmy was very nice.
Okay.
All right. I guess I'm just.
Well, now, Tim, you also have the honor of having the highest rated dick.
Oh, definitely.
On
I think he's the
Tips.
first one that actually wasn't in the negative. So.
Yeah. So I was going to keep it a little more real with you, Tim, and give you like a solid 5.
Oh,
I think there's nothing wrong with your dick. It's totally respectable. As Brian said, it looks like an honest dick. But again, it's not like it's not something I'm going to remember for the rest of my life, or, it's not like a eighth wonder of the world dick. It's just a solid dick.
I know. Also, Wayfair.com, like order some new drawers, like order a new dresser, like the whole thing just has to go.
Fun fact, like your dick becomes more attractive if your room is clean.
Like go to the Container Store. They have like great stuff, for a pretty decent price. Amazon, Yeah.
Organize your life a little, bro.
Yeah. You can't use a shoebox as a drawer. It's really weird.
But you got the dick, and that's
They
half the
have the
battle,
dick,
Yeah,
they have the dick.
Yeah.
So that's good. Okay. So let's do a haiku.
Haiku time?
Yeah.
All right. So our soon to be very iconic, famous haikus that we do at the end of every episode of Just the Tips.
Yeah.
Quick 3-line poem, 5 syllables, 7 syllables, 5 syllables. Who's starting it today?
My tits keep growing. My tits keep growing.
Fair. Dommy Mommy is my name. Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
So my tits keep growing. Dommy Mommy is my name. Brian.
Double J's. Oh my.
Hello.
Oh, look at that.
So,
a poem for Korina.
Yeah, that's for you, girl.
That's for
And just in case you missed it, my tits keep growing. Dommy Mommy is my name. Double J's. Oh yeah, was that it?
Oh my.
Oh my. Sorry, Double J's. Oh my.
Brian is really he's like a poet laureate.
Brian's our secret weapon with haikus.
Our secret weapon. Yeah,
secret weapon and haikus.
He thinks about it like the whole show, I think. He's just sitting there.
It's really cheating.
Yeah,
all right, another great one. Great one.
Yeah,
we laughed, we cried, we watched boobs grow in real time. We rated some dicks. Where can people find you on the internet, Joanna?
Everywhere. You can find me on Instagram at Joanna Angel, Twitter at Joanna Angel, TikTok at Joanna Angel X, and listen to this motherfucking podcast.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Yeah,
make sure it helps us out so much. It's going to help us take over the world with dick ratings and haikus. You can find me onlyfans.com/smallhands. You can also find me on Twitter and Instagram at @thesmallhands_. As well as Pornhub and Google and
Yeah,
all the things.
search me on Pornhub.
All the things.
Find me on OnlyFans, onlyfans.com/JoannaAngel.
But tell your friends about our podcast. If you have a question for us, you can either email justthetipsxo@gmail.com or you can holler at us on Twitter, justthetipsxo. And maybe, if you're lucky, we will degrade your dick or shout you out and answer one of your questions. Who knows? It's a crazy world out there.
Yeah. Thank you, everybody.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you to all of our listeners.
Yeah.
This has been a really fun thing to do, and we weren't sure, where it was going to go or what was going to happen. And here we are, 16 weeks later.
Look at us now.
Look at us now.
Looks like we made it. We'll see you on the next one, everybody.
Bye-bye.